And we're now live. So, hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's lockdown Pitlane walk. I can't even remember the name of my own piece. It's Thursday, the 28th of May. We are, as everybody knows, still in lockdown, which is why we're continuing to do these great interviews. Just a couple of things that have happened there since the last one. Firstly, I hope everybody enjoyed Sunday nights with David and Stephen Hawthorne. I thought it was great crack. The boys are really good crack. Let's be honest, how many of you got confused as to which one was which? I know I certainly did. I had to keep referring and thinking and making sure, and I know them. A couple of things that have come through really this week that I need to sort of mention. Motorsport UK have launched a bit of an article about returning to racing. I shared it onto the Facebook page. Anybody that has a competition licence will have got it by email. It's also available on the Motorsport UK website. Basically, they're saying that they will be ready to issue permits from the 1st of July onwards, but there are some conditions they have set in place. It would be great. Sorry, the 4th of July. It would be great if we could start at that stage, but you also have to remember that over here we're governed by those on the hill, and we'll not be able to do anything until those on the hill say that it's safe and ready to be done. So whilst it may be fit to start in England, our local government may dictate that it takes longer. Who knows? Nobody can give a definite time span or anything yet, but once we know, rest assured I'll pass it on, anything I know. The other thing as well is the Sprint Championship have launched their own YouTube channel, Northern Ireland Sprint Championship on YouTube. Admittedly, it's very much in its infancy. If you log on to it now, there is nothing there. We will be downloading, or uploading should I say, all the interview conversations will be going up onto it, as will any of the other live videos that we've done over the period of time. And anybody that has any great onboard stuff, feel free, once it's up and running, to send it through and we'll upload it to it as well. So it's all about keeping some interest. So tonight's interview, we're not here to listen to me. Tonight's interview is, we're all here to listen to this man in front of us. I'm not going to introduce him tonight because everybody knows him, legend in motorsport in this country, and I think the fairest thing to do is to let our guest introduce himself. So Ken, over to you.
Okay friends, competitors, everybody locked up at this point in time and missing our motorsport. I'm Ken Colbert. I'm the fella who's been trying to make a comeback in a load of Sunbeam after many years in retirement. Let's get on from there.
Happy days. Well, we'll start from the start, Ken, with this. First of all, what car do you drive?
My road car at the moment is an Audi S4.
Okay.
The one made in diesel. The last one has been made in diesel.
Right. And what's your competition car at the moment?
I'm using a wee load of Sunbeam, which I bought from Stephen McWhinney a couple of years ago now. So I did most of last year's championship in a wee motor. I'm not a stranger to Sunbeams. Over my motorsport preparation career, I built about 40 Sunbeams and quite a few more notices as well. So that opportunity came up to buy the car. So I bought it and made a few alterations to suit what I want to use it for now. It's a lot quicker than the driver. We're getting to know each other over this last couple of years, but unfortunately this year has been too short to build on that. But as I said many a time, this year I'm a year older, so I should be quicker anyway.
Well, you certainly were going well the last time we saw you.
Yeah, that was the second round at Kirkuson. We had a couple of changes to the car over the winter. Lightened it a wee bit, and the car's quicker now, yes. But unfortunately, the opposition in my class, in the Honda Civic, has got quicker as well. So we're trying to move the goalposts together. So we need to find a bit more, and it must be in me somewhere.
Dermy does go well on that wee Civic. That's being polite about it. Maybe we'll have to look, Ken, if we can get him at Kirkus the next time. Get a couple of people to distract him. You can put some concrete blocks in the back of it. Maybe slow him down a wee bit.
Well, if you give him the long circuit and give me the short circuit, I think we'll get the time that way.
Oh, I don't.
He is a very quick. He's a very good driver. Good fella as well. To be fair, as all those boys I've met again now, after being away for many years, was made very welcome the first year he came there, and I'm thoroughly enjoyed it. Look forward to this year, and as we all know, it stopped far too early.
Yeah.
But maybe with a bit of luck, we get things back on track again. If we use our heads, I think we can be safe and compete again.
Yep, well here's hoping it does get back, because I know myself and you and everybody else is just itching mad to get back out there. So hopefully we'll get back again sooner rather than later. Whether we get back in the same way, shape and form as we've done up until now needs to be seen, but hopefully we'll get back with something. So
I think we can do it. I think we can do this. I mean, we're sitting at home now in beautiful weather. We did 2 events. The first event was mixed. The second event was mixed, and it hasn't rained since.
I know.
So we should be out.
And it's a certain in our luck that as soon as the first event starts, it'll start to bucket the night before. What's the bets?
We'll live with that. We'll live with that.
As long as we're right, who cares what it's doing? Well,
no, we just need to get back out again. I mean, the car's lying there, and everybody has a license and not able to go anywhere and have a weekend's crack.
And that's ultimately what it's all about, having a bit of crack.
It is. No, the boys, as I say, that's a good class I'm in. Everybody goes quick in that class, even cars, even the Clios. I'm amazed at the pace. I'm probably nearly going as quick as I can in that wee car. Sometimes too quick. And everybody around me is quite close in times.
Yeah.
We're all very close.
That's the joys. Like I run in 6 as well, and that's the joys of 6 there. Everything's so close, and there's so much competitive, friendly banter and competition amongst those in the classes too. That's what makes the day. All the classes are like that. Let's be honest. All the classes are like that.
Well, the first event I did at Nuts Corner last year, I didn't know anybody in the class, so I wrote all the numbers down and stuck them in the car. And when I was lining up to do my runs, I was looking to see where the numbers were and what it was, because I hadn't a clue who we were competing against. Names on an entry list didn't mean anything to me. But before the end of the day, I knew everybody. I think our first event last year at Nuts Corner, there were 11 in the class, and it was 20 years from I had competed in the sprint. I did the first run, practice run. I thought I made a right decent job of it for somebody who hadn't been out for a long time. I looked at the times, it was 11th. So I was last in the class. So as the day wore on, I made it back up to second again. But I mean, it just took a while to get everything dialed back in again.
Yeah. But it's been a while from you to compete it, so that was to be expected.
I didn't know what I expect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a strange car to me. It's not what I used the previous times I was out in sprints, and a long layoff, and a couple of years older. So,
well, I must admit now, I was delighted. When I was young, from no age, my dad will be watching this and he'll remember, he could tell better stories than me. But I remember going to hill climbs and sprints and rallies and stuff all over the country, and seeing you in the famous 205, JJI 205. And when I was young and growing up, you'd have been one of the drivers I'd have been always watching, waiting to see you coming past. And on the Tuesday or Wednesday, before that first sprint that you did, my phone rings. I'll never forget it. Walking out of the shop in Portavogie, walking down to work, carton of milk under my arm, and the phone rings. I'm looking for David. I says, yeah, it's speaking. It's Ken Colbert here. I'm interested in doing this sprint. How do I get championship stickers? And I was absolutely delighted that someone who I'd watched as a way and always idolised, waiting for see you coming, was phoning me for help and advice to do a sprint. And I thought, this is superb. And then when you appeared that Saturday, it was great. It was just great to see you come back into the sport.
Well, everybody knows why I was there. Alan Jardine's a chap I look after, a good friend of mine and local neighbour here as well. He had been under pressure for years to come out. starting to do a few events again. And that banter went on until I finally gave in. So if you want to blame anybody, you blame him.
Well, I think Alan has encouraged a few over the years to come and play.
I know, that was, as I say, that's exactly what happened. I probably had to be talked into it. I mean, I had no overalls, had no helmet, had to buy a hands device, all the things you think you're cleared from, and you've done all that.
Yeah.
But no, I had to get all that going again. But listen, when I did the first event, so that was it.
Hooked.
Seed was sown. Seed was sown again.
I would say so. And I would say if you were to ask him, Alan would probably tell you didn't take a lot of coaxing either.
Oh, he did a wee bit of, it was a long-term thing. He had to go at me for quite a long time. But it did ramp up a wee bit towards the end, and I thought, when he saw the Lotus sitting there as well, another fella pushed me hard before I bought the Lotus was Jerry McGarty, because I had a wee works replica Cooper S, he had port car here.
Yeah.
Jerry tackled me, man, the time. He says, what's that sitting parked in the garage for? Get that thing out, he says, and come out and play on me.
We can all just picture him. Well,
Plenty of pressure to go back out again, but listen, it was well worth doing. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've met a lot of friends again that I'd forgotten about.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing. One thing we've said, especially the last couple of interviews, was it's not so much motorsport's more a family. It's not so much a group of friends. It's more like a family. When you go to the paddock, and you're just saying it again, you're bumping into people there, and the crack's great.
Yeah, some people that were there in my previous escapades in sprinting were kind of telling me stories from way back then. Like, I thought it was only about 19 years, and it was something like 29 years before I competed.
Right.
I didn't realise that. The last time I did an event at Nuts Corner, I think, was about 88 in sprints. I did rallies there after that, but not sprints. Yeah. And it was actually Arnold Carrington who came over to me at the fence when I was watching somebody else going. He says, you haven't forgot how to get around here. I says, no, it's not bad for 19 years. He says, 19? He says, it's 29 years.
Right, okay.
I haven't thought that long.
Yeah. Well, tell us this, Ken, going back to the start, what got you involved in motorsport in the first place?
That's the question that I've been asking myself for a long, long time. And we're not a motorsport family at home. We didn't even have a car at home.
Right.
But my first car was a Mini. And Alan Jardine will remember these stories as well if he's watching. We used to pick him up on a Saturday evening, take him into the dance in Dungannon. And every Saturday we did it, we tried to shorten the time to take the 9 mile from our house in Ballygolly to Dungannon. And as the time wore on, we got it pretty well down. So I suppose the quick driving started there. And then I decided to start up. I'm actually a qualified engineer and draftsman. That was my job.
Right, yeah.
But office work wasn't for me. I did 6 years at it in the design stage. And then I started to build a wee 1071 Cooper S. Because Cooper S's were the car I had in the late 60s.
Uh-huh.
It was actually 3 cars welded together. And I got the car finished completely. Lovely thing to drive, and I thought, I'll do a couple of navigation rallies to see how that goes.
Right.
I took my wife out on the first one, a local event, and she hadn't ever read a map before. We hadn't even plotted a map. And we sat down at a local hotel down beside me here and tried to put the information on paper. Couldn't even get it on, and about 1 hour later we're back home again. We didn't even get doing the rally, we couldn't finish it. But that's so to say, and my brother-in-law sat with me after that. So my motorsport started there, in a wee 1071 Cooper S.
Right. Well, that was going to be my next question. What was your first competition car?
That was it, the wee 1071, Mark 1 1071 cc.
Right.
Lovely wee car.
And what all had you from then on?
I ran that for about 6 or 7 years, and then, I mean, everybody got into bigger cars. Escorts were the thing to have. Sunbeams were launched in 77, 78, and I bought a Sunbeam, and it was a 1.3 LS. Converted that to a 1.6 navigation car, and started to use a rear-wheel drive vehicle for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And that was a very successful wee motor with a lot of good events in that. That moved on till an 1850 engine a few years later. That was a better project even as well, worked very good, won a good lot of rallies with that one. And then went to Lotus and started to build Lotus cars for customers, and built myself one as well. And in the end of Lotus, what actually happened, Sunbeams, there's Adair in Peugeot Talbot in England. They were stocking Sunbeam body shells right up to about maybe the early 80s. Mm-hmm. So I was getting a couple of body shells, 3-4 body shells a month, building customer cars, doing preps and shells. And Robin Lyons was the man helping me to do it because he was being sponsored by them as well.
Right.
Castle Derby man. So every time he was over, he bought 4 or 5 shells and we shared the carriage. One day it was over. And he rang me, he said, "You're not going to believe this story. They have bailed the last 200 shells."
They bailed them?
So, end of Sunbeams. That's what killed the Sunbeams.
Right.
There were 200 shells in the warehouse 3 weeks before it. When he arrived to buy 4 more, there were none. And that was, I had to start to think outside the box then. So, I had developed Sunbeams as far as I could take them. And there were quite a few things which are limited to what you can do with them, but engine position and obviously weight and balance and transfer. So when I started on the 205 project, that was based on a Sunbeam.
Right.
Sunbeam chassis. All the pickup points were Sunbeam referenced. But we made all the changes then in the new project.
Uh-huh.
And everything worked from day one. We did our open day at Nuts Corner for Car Sport. Richard Young was the man who did it. It's well featured in the magazine all those years ago. And his comments were out of the box and fantastic. And that was early days. But that wee car won its first rally, which was Dava, the Tarmac Rally through Dava Forest.
Right.
Remember turning up with Scrutineer and Charlie Donnelly, one of the Donnelly brothers, came round in his yellow Group 4 Escort, walked round my 205 and says, "Kelly, that's a lovely project, but that will never work." And we had 8 stages, 8 fastest times, and we won that event. That was his first rally. Right. So it did work out of the box. And then it was used for sprinting, as you know. I built a lighter one then, as we needed to go quicker in sprints. Obviously, I was competing with 6R4s, Porsche 911s, very, very good cars and well, very good drivers. Yeah. I built a lightweight version, and that's the one I managed to win the championship in.
Is that the famous JJI 205?
That's the JJI 205 car.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that was a big year. That was the year we did. First time across the water in the year's Motor News series. I did all the rounds over there with the Welsh co-driver. And as I say to people, Welsh people don't talk, they sing. So my instructions were coming out nearly to music. And he had a desperate terminology for different things. If it was flat out over a crest, he just said, "Keep on trucking." So you knew not to lift.
Right.
If it was uphill fast right, it was fast right upstairs. And if it was downhill into the corner, it was fast left downstairs. Now that took me a few stages to figure out what he meant by all that.
Yeah.
But after that, fine. We had some very good results. And one of the events, would you believe, was a rally race at Oulton Park. Something very new in the calendar that year. And because I'd done sprints and circuit racing at Kirkuson as well, a rally race was something that I would have enjoyed. So we landed over. Those guys were there from about Thursday practicing. I landed on Saturday morning, driven from here to do the event on Saturday. Hadn't seen the circuit ever before, couldn't find the circuit. Turned up, our scrutineering was well on.
Right.
Got the car scrutineered, and then I had to go around the circuit and try and learn the place. So got the helmet on, got out to the pit gate, and waited for somebody coming round. And John Price came round the 6R4. So I shot out behind John. I says, "John, I know where he's going." So I followed him around for about 6 or 7 laps. That was the learning done in the circuit. Qualifying came later, and I qualified fourth out of 35 cars.
That's some going.
And it was some going. And started fourth in the grid, was third into the first corner. I had the fastest lap in the race. It was actually Nigel Warswick in a Ferrari that won it.
Right.
John Price was second, and I was third. And all through that 25 lap race, I could outbrake them, I could out-corner them, but I couldn't out-accelerate them.
Yeah.
They had just so much horsepower. I got up beside John Price 25 times, couldn't make the move, couldn't make it stick. But I got the fastest lap and third overall.
That's definitely some going.
Total outsider, and then nobody in the race, in that race fraternity, knew what my car was.
Yeah.
I mean, many people knew what it was, but that's a different spectator. And he didn't know what this thing was, smoking the back wheels. A 205 smoking the back wheels.
Confusing
So
him.
we created a lot of interest.
I would imagine so. But you built more than that one, didn't you? You built, what, about 8 of those 205s?
I built 8 of those cars. And later years, actually, Richard Young will remember this story. He asked me one time, would I come down and do the Dunlop Touring Car Series? The saloon racing.
Yeah.
At Kirkison.
Right.
And trying to encourage more people to come. So I went down, did the first event, and once again, being a circuit event, it suited me down to the ground. So I won. I did 6 of them, and I won the 6 of them. I had the laurel wreath, had the trophies for 6 poles, fastest laps, and wins. And one day I'm down to do my 7th one. Richard came over and says, I've bad news for you. These boys don't want to race with you.
Right.
I says, why? He says, because you're winning. Every time they come up here, you're winning the events. It's making them look bad. I says, Richard, if you had told me that on the phone, I wouldn't even be here. He says, no, I didn't want to tell you. He says, I have a class for you. What do you think he put me into? The Libra class.
Right.
Tommy Reid, Formula 1 cars, all those boys.
Right.
And I says, I'll be killed. No, he says, you'll be grand. So out of 8 of them, I qualified 8th.
Okay.
I was last in the grid. And that race started. And after about 2 laps, 2 of them crashed.
Right.
Tommy Reid nearly made the main road at the hairpin. He never got stopped. And Richard Parsons went into the hay at Colonial 1. So I was moving up the field as time went on.
Yeah.
What do you think I finished?
I
Third.
was just going to say 2nd or 3rd.
I made the podium. That's only 3 cars finishing. And Richard came over to me on the podium. He says, didn't I tell you to do all right?
Brilliant, brilliant. Actually, we had a fella on here a couple of weeks ago was singing your praises. Neil Dugan is actually driving one of your 205s as well, I believe.
Yes, he is indeed. I did that for a big fella called Eric O'Neill. And Eric was a big, heavy fella. Came up here to talk about it. I looked after his Avengers. But he saw me out the 205, he says, I want one of them wee cars too. They built him a 2.4 Pinto Hobby engine car.
Right.
And I said to Richard, or to Eric, now your job is to lose 6 stone weight, and I'll build you a quick car. And his dad came up and told me the same thing. He says, I'm going to work on this fella. You build the car, I'll work on Eric. Well, you know what happened? I built the car. Eric didn't do anything. We had to make a seat for the car, had to put a position where Eric could get into the car, and Eric won everything he did. He won that class and that championship in all the years he had the car. The car then was sold on, and yes, Neil has it now, and another super driver. He's making good use of it, and he said to me at Castle Hill Climb last year, he says, if you ever feel like driving one of these things again, he says, just give me a ring, but I'm going to try and avoid that.
Oh no, it'd be good to see you out. It'd be good to see you having a run on it to see what you think of it now.
I don't like playing with anybody else's toys.
Well, I suppose that's true. That's when something happens, isn't it?
Things can go wrong.
Yeah. Also, I was nosing. I was talking to a fellow the other day, and he was telling me a good one. Everybody knows Craig Breen, and Craig has been seen recently driving a 6R4. There's some great onboard footage of him. Is it Donegal he's driving it, or Galway he's driving it?
Moll's Gap.
Moll's Gap, that's where it is. But I'm told you know your way around that car very well as well.
Well, I went from the 205 to Metros in '91, and I built 3 for myself at that point, and that was the 4th car I built. Unfortunately, I never got to use it. The son started to do British F3, and the budget wouldn't keep both of us going. So all my time and money was devoted to him. The car was parked up from '02 till '08, and Rally School Ireland, David Smith tackled me on a few occasions about buying the car. So I finally gave in and sold the car. Big regret, should have kept that motor. David used it, and Chris Mick drove it quite a few times over there as well. But anyway, when things went wrong with the recession in '08 and '09 and '10, they were downloading cars very quickly, and they sold to both Metros. Donny Kelly, good rally man, he bought the first school car, which I supplied as well.
Yes, I've seen him with one.
Yes, that car was one I supplied to the school.
Right.
Anyway, the car now that Craig has was bought from the school. I built that car brand new and never used it. That is a super car. That's a white track 6R4, 400 brake horse, 11,000 RPM.
And the note
But
of
it's
it.
not. The toys that Craig Breener used with our WRC with flat shift sequential boxes, all the jigs and geometry and stuff that modern cars have. I listened to him going up Moll's Gap in my 6R4 and him missing gears, over-revving it, wrong gear, banging the gearbox. I thought to myself, that wee man shouldn't have that. But he still has it. That's the fact. Craig, his dad, Ray, his dad, I think owns the car. Because I've now sold Ray some spares for the car.
Yeah.
And Ray will not break it.
Should be well looked after.
It's like 4 days as well.
Yeah. I must admit, a 6R4 is my favourite, and I was lucky enough at Goodwood in '18 to get a run around the rally stage in one of the ex-Golden Wonder 6R4s. That's not a story for. It's not a story for public broadcasting, but I managed to blag a run in it, and it was just like a dream come true to get a run in a competitive 6R4. They are my favourites and always have been.
They were the Group B cars of the day. Obviously, that was a series which the Metro entered that series far too late. Austin Rover were under pressure to get a car to compete with Audis, Peugeot T16s, Lancias, all those cars were out in 4-wheel drive. And Austin Rover didn't have a car to compete. So that was designed, brought out in '85, did one season, and as you know, Henry Toyven lost his life, sadly, in Corsica, and the series was banned. And the 6R4 was banned before it got an evolution built and all the issues ironed out. And then there were 200 cars sitting and nowhere to go. So they did make their way into rallycross and rallying in a detuned version. I bought one in '91, my first one, and I bought it from George Robinson. George bought one, which was the Tony Pond car, which won Lurgan Park.
Right.
He won Lurgan Park. I won the park in the 205 in 1990. And Tony won it in '91 in the Metro.
Right.
George bought it and didn't like it. And I bought it from George. And that started me in Metros. Supercars, it's a technique in driving them. You've got to be the boss.
Yeah.
The heavy end's behind you, and if things get out of shape, the heavy end will be in front of you.
There's nothing you can do. I actually saw one that was on YouTube or Facebook the other day, and there was one for sale on Silverstone auctions that had either 7 or 8 miles on it, and they were predicting it would go for, was it 220,000 or something?
Yes, I did watch that because they don't come up very often for sale, and when they do come up, there's always a few buyers. That one I did see it, and I thought I'll watch that and see how that goes, because I have one exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it didn't make what they thought. It made 170, 80 grand, something like that. But when I was speaking to somebody who was actually at the auction and was looking at the car, it didn't look as good in real life.
Oh, right.
It had been one that was laying in somewhere, was taken out, given a quick lick of paint and a bit of a freshen up. Yes, it was only done 7 or 8 miles, but it hadn't been in good storage.
Right.
So it made its price.
Yeah. Interesting.
But if you want one today, there's another one on at the moment.
Is there?
An X-Works replica computer vision colours.
Right.
350 grand. Don't miss it.
I think I'll pass. I don't think Joanne would be too impressed if I told her I'd spent that in a car. That's one of those six number buys, isn't it?
It is. It's a big number.
But well, tell me this one. Now, I'm sure you've done a few of these, but of all the events you've done, what would be your favourite event and why?
I've done a lot of events in a lot of nice places. One of the events I thoroughly enjoyed every year was Lurgan Park.
Yeah.
I did Lurgan Park 13 times. A very tricky place to drive in, but when I was doing sprints, it was neat and tidy. And that was a good thing to be in there, because if you got wild and rash in Lurgan Park, you'd probably never get out of the place. Like, plenty of good drivers went there and left the cars in the trees.
Yep.
A lot of good friends of mine did that. But I did that event with a good bit of success. I was second twice. I was third 3 times. I was probably never in the top 6 or 7 on most of the occasions, but only managed to win it once. But it's an event. The atmosphere there was fantastic. Your people, all your friends and family were there. They were only a few metres away from you. And without moving anywhere, you could watch all 8 stages where they all went past you.
Yeah.
And it normally was a decent day weather-wise, but the day I won it, unfortunately, it rained, which was totally alien to me in that park in a 2-wheel drive car. And I remember thinking at the start that this is going to be some baptism. But I managed to win it by 7 seconds. I think it was 7 seconds from Derek McGarty. And about... Sorry, my phone ringing a little bit.
Somebody phoned to tell you you're on TV.
Another fella, would you believe, called Jimmy McRae.
Yeah.
In an RED 4x4 Cosy. He was 3rd overall.
I think I've heard of him somewhere.
He's one of those guys that turns up every now and again. He's a Scots fella.
All right.
He doesn't spend money. But will come and take the money off you and win your rally. There's another fella called Harry Batman.
Yep.
In a Subaru Legacy. And he was 7th.
7th.
So it made my victory very, very sweet.
Very much so.
And I remember speaking to Harry Batman halfway through, whenever they did the re-aura on the stages.
Yeah.
They were running the the other way around. And Harry said to me, you leading rally? And he says, so far so good. He says, you boys go very quick. I says, but we know this place, we've been here every year. He says, I know it pretty well now too. He says, but I cannot go any quicker. But now, get that out of it.
Even to win it by 7 seconds is a colossal margin in there. Like, you think some of the years it's gone down to a second or 2 or even less than a second. So a 7-second margin's phenomenal.
I have been second with a smaller gap.
Right.
On 2 occasions. And it's a hard one to win. And I probably never had the right car for it. It's a WRC event. If you have a WRC car, you know you can handbrake those cars.
Yeah.
Everything's automatically doable. With a 6R4, it's not. You can't handbrake a Metro. You've got to drive all the hairpins and all the squares, and that's slower. That's not making excuses, because I would have been as quick in the fast parts as anybody, but those are the places you fall down on.
Yeah.
But listen, I really enjoyed the event. Every year I went, but I wouldn't miss it. And now it's gone.
Yeah, unfortunately so. It's one that's well missed.
It is. It was a great family day out. It brought every motorsport to the people, and there was 10,000 plus spectators there every year. Like Willie Singleton was the one man in that club, in the North Armagh Motor Club, who'd been a keen competitor in Lurgan Park as well as in the organising committee behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, all your friends and competitors were all involved somewhere in that.
Yeah.
And all invited drivers. You didn't just turn up with your car and do the event. You had to get an invite.
Yeah. So you were privileged to be there in the first place?
Very privileged, yeah. No, I mean, a lot of good people went there, but it was just an event that it was a Saturday, and it seemed to fall between my other events, and I could fit it in anyway, no matter what happened.
Yeah. No, it's some event. It's just a shame we no longer have it. It was always a brilliant day out. Always.
Legislation, you see, safety, health and safety, that's what really slows things down, and it will eventually stop out, isn't it, unfortunately. But it became an event which is difficult to comply with all those things.
Yeah.
I don't think any spectator ever got hit in it, from my memory, but we were very close. They were very close to the competitors.
Yeah.
And all it took was one slip, and anything could happen. But that wasn't the main reason for stopping, but it certainly didn't help.
Yeah. Well, tell me this. We were talking earlier on about lockdown and stuff. Since lockdown started, have you done any work in your car at all? And if so, what have you done?
The Lotus has been checked over, because whenever I come home from Kirkus, and that was a wet evening, never in my wildest dreams did I think this will not be out again. So the following day, which was the Monday afterwards, it was washed and cleaned, put on the lift again, and all the geometry checked over, just the things you do between events.
Yeah.
Parked to the side of the garage, thinking 3 more weeks' time we'll be going again. And then it didn't happen. And I kept the car in that garage for about another 6 weeks. And I walked around it every day while I walked at other stuff, and I thought, I need to get rid of this thing. This is bugging me sitting here. So I took it out of that garage and put it in an Alvey store, and now it's completely built over. It hasn't turned the wheel since, but it'll not be hard to get back out again. The minute somebody says to me, you can go, she'll be going.
So within an hour of me sending that email, we're live again. She'll be up and running, will she?
She'll be going. If you tell me to get her out tonight later on, she'll be out tonight.
Happy days. That's what we like to hear. Well, in all your career, what would be your most memorable moment in motorsport?
Probably winning the Irish National Tarmac Championship.
You've won it as well, okay.
Yeah, I won that in the big year, 1988. I did those 3 championships, the Year's Motor News, the Irish Tarmac won, the National one, and the Sprint Championship. And the Hills, and Gava, and Lurgan Park, and everything else that was on. But that was one that, being a Northern Ireland driver, and I did Southern rallies, I was never in my local event.
Right.
And we didn't have notes. They were all blind rallies. And my co-driver on that event, on those events, was Peter Donnelly from Oma.
Okay.
So we turned up at every event at a big disadvantage, because no matter what part of Ireland we went to, the locals knew the roads. And those locals won the championship, and we were fighting with each other to win it.
Yeah.
But out of 8 rallies, I won 4 of them. But there were long events, and it usually took me 2 loops of the stages to try and learn the place and move up to top 10. On the 3rd time over the stages, I knew them well enough to maybe get to the front and get good points. And after the league season was over, I won it, and I think that was a highlight. I had done it in a car I designed and built, not knowing where I was going on any event, not being local. And so far from home, against very good drivers. That's a good championship.
That is.
And it's the Bar Championship. And that was, I thoroughly enjoyed that. And the last event was Galway Summer Rally, between the stone walls, and I won it outright as well. And that was a big party.
Well deserved as well.
That was a hard year. But that was the highlight, the icing on the cake.
Yeah. And you said there you'd won the sprint championship and the hill climb championship that year too?
No, I didn't win the hills, no. I didn't maybe do all the hills. I set records on all the hills.
Yeah.
Which have now, I think, all been broken. They've lived for quite a few years, but as you know, they've been surfaced recently in the recent times. I held them all for about 6 or 7 years after I stopped doing them. But my wee car was bought by William Morgan,
Yes.
1905.
Yeah.
He painted it yellow.
Can't remember him with
And
it.
he took my records.
Oh dear.
I think all but Guarantor. I don't think he got it. I had it until quite recently, and I've forgotten who took it, and it's gone too. But that's what records are for. Beaten.
Well, get out now in the wee sunbeam and take all the 6B records.
I was very close in Kirkuson, but I don't think it's capable of doing that. I think Dermot would be very capable of taking them all.
Yeah.
That's a
Dermot,
fantastic motor with a fantastic driver.
Dermot will have a good few of them at the minute. I'm just sitting here thinking off the top of my head. But that gives you something to aim for now, is to take his records off. And maybe sitting here going, David, you shut up, don't be encouraging him.
Well, I don't need any encouragement. We're good mates, as I say. I only met him at Nuts Corner last year for the first time. Never knew the man at all. And then I wondered who this buckle was that was 4 or 5 seconds quicker than me. And I chiseled away at it all day and I got it down to 1.6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But he's still there. He's still quick.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Well, maybe a more awkward one to ask you here, but who would be your motorsport idol?
Quite a few people I have met over the time, but one person stands out in all of that. 9 times world champion Sebastian Loeb. That was one hell of a driver. Just a real laid-back professional, and didn't make a song and dance really about anything. The only time he seemed to lose his cool when Ogier joined the team and wouldn't comply with wee rules and wee plans ahead as they got unfolded. If he was told the whole station in second at the end, he would have put a couple of quickest times in and won it. You know, but that's a superb driver. I mean, anybody who can do 9 titles at WRC level, he can drive.
That's some going. When we were talking to Jared at the start, Jared O'Connell was talking about the onboard footage of him doing Pikes Peak in that 208 T16.
Yeah, watched it.
It's phenomenal. I watched it after. I'd seen it before, but again after Jared had talked about it, I posted it on the page and then watched it, and I'm just thinking, that man is incredible. I wouldn't sit with him, but he's incredible.
Well, I wouldn't sit with anybody.
At all?
I did watch it. If you look at the fresh air drops in that run up that hill, that's 12.7 miles long, and the tips of the fir trees on your outside every time are maybe 500 yards below you, not above you, below you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're off in that place, it could take you to the following day to get down to the bottom, over the side.
It's some location. It's some climb.
Isn't it? The race to the clouds.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the next one up I was going to ask was, if you could drive any car anywhere, what would you want to drive and where would you want to drive it?
If I had a choice of cars in this modern era now, I'd probably pick a Hyundai WRC, and I think the favourite stage for me would be Nakala.
Right.
I loved that stage, both as a stage and as a hill climb. But I did the Dunlop Hill Climb Series, the 205, one year as well. And they have some fantastic hills, and that's one of them.
They still run Knockall actually, because there's a few from here we'll go and compete at it. Jared, Neil Dugan, Paul Montgomery I think's been up at it too. There's been a few lately have gone and done it and enjoyed it. David McClurg as well did it one year in his Westfield. They're just folk that I can think of straight off.
That's the Super Hill. Super Hill. It's not very long, but it's technical as well.
And why the Hyundai WRC?
I think that's a very nice car. That's a very compact package. I mean, all those cars are good. There's none of the top 10 cars bad. It's just one that I pick out of a bunch of half a dozen that you'd be keen to get a sit in.
Yeah.
But now it's from it was invented, a bit like the Toyota. It came out as a winner as well. But at that level, those cars are so close.
Yeah.
But if you pick a car, I mean, if you give me any one of the top WRC cars, any of the half dozen, I'd be happy enough with any one of them.
You'd be happy for a try it.
What? I would.
Well, what I was going to ask you next, I think you've possibly already answered this, was if you could sit in and get a run with anybody, who would it be?
Same man again, and I am not a passenger. I am not a co-driver. I could not do it. I admire them people that can sit there and half of the car in the field still doing 100 miles an hour and him still calling notes. I think that's a weakness in somebody that can sit there and accept what you're going to do is going to be all right. I have a travel co-drivers, and I mean, you get into hangings everywhere. And some of the things that have been said to me was when it has been going down the top of the hedge for 50 or 100 yards, gets back out in the road, he's turning. I had a co-driver who used to look across to me, good man, keep her at it. Like I'd be saying, stop and let me out.
They're egging you
So
on.
I'm not a good co-driver. I certainly couldn't co-drive at all. I can scare myself driving, but I wouldn't let sit with anybody. But the one person I would trust is the same man again, Loeb.
Mr. Loeb. Yeah.
Mr. Loeb would be my man. I would sit with him once.
Just the once.
Just the once.
It would be a great experience.
Just to tick that box.
Yeah. They did a great video. RPM did a video, trying to think when it was. I think it was the year before Rally Ireland. They came across to test in, was it Donegal he came to?
They were in, Muckish was one of the places they went to, and they went to Brogan in Emmyvale in Monaghan, Brogan Mountain.
Yeah.
And this is another story about my 6R4, brings to mind. 14 came over first of all, and they closed the Garda closed the roads, 7 mile stage over Brogan Mountain. I have done it many times. It's a hard stage. It's a good test stage for any vehicle.
Right.
And if you can pick your car up on that one, anywhere else in Ireland you can cope with. It's got everything. They used it for 3 or 4 days. Pitlane came over afterwards, and they closed it again for 3 or 4 more days. Rally School Ireland had my new 6R4, and they had the school car as well. And being Monaghan school people in that area, they asked the Garda, could they keep the road closed for another day when Pitlane left? And Chris Meek was the tutor in the school. That's where he worked at the time. 2 6R4s were taken to Brogan Mountain. The Garda had the road closed at both ends, nobody on it. Sebastian Loeb was the quickest man over the 4 days testing with the big WRC cars.
Right.
How much was Chris Meek slower in my car? In 7 miles. He was less than 6 seconds slower in a 6R4.
I was going to say probably not much.
Unfortunately, I missed that. I wasn't at it. But David rung me that evening. He says, you needed to be down to see what your car did. That's how much slower he was than Loeb. In an old car, at that age, she was 20 years of age, technology-wise.
Yeah.
Although she was brand new.
Yeah. Just goes to show how competitive they were, and had they been able to develop them more, just where would they have ended up?
They needed all the development. I mean, whenever that series was banned, they were an unreliable, difficult to drive car. And they had difficulty selling 200, well, there's about still 190 of them left. The difficulty getting homes for them. So they went to Rallycross. And some of them were thrashed to death in Rallycross. And they went to rallies where drivers couldn't manage them. And a lot of them got written off. I had a customer who did that. I cut him out of his car in Galway. I mean, cut him out of her.
Right.
And the car was scrapped. So they had a tough life whenever they were banned from the big series, the WRC series. When Group B was banned, they were banned too soon. But then, I mean, everybody that had one then worked at it to perfect it. Goodman's engines did manage to sort out the cam belt problems. They used to break cam belts.
Right.
And we'd be leading rallies and just break both belts. I had done it myself in early days. That was solved as well. So the car became more competitive and ultra reliable and won a lot of events. I nearly won Lurgan Park twice in mine.
Right.
I was beaten by WRC cars.
That's it's some record. They're just so instantly recognisable. The note of a 6R4 just coming to you and leaving you. They're just something else.
That is a full orchestra, be it on a tarmac stage or through the woods in a forest stage. You'll hear that leaving the start line, no matter where you were standing. And if it's 5 or 6 miles away, you'll hear them coming towards you and going away from you again.
Mm-hmm.
It is fantastic sound. It's a high revving engine. It's a V6, and it's the full orchestra.
There's only one other thing I can think of that would sound as nice would be Andy Burton with that 306 Peugeot.
Well, that again is a shame that cottage industry couldn't stay alive. People that were building cars like that, they should have been idolised and helped in every respect to keep that industry going. They couldn't police that car. The authorities couldn't really understand what it was made of, so they couldn't, and from a health and safety point of view, they were lost. So the only way they could deal with the series was ban all hybrid cars. Mm-hmm. And that was a shame. I know Andy. And that Andy did Lurgan Park, the 6R4. In my 6R4 days as well. So I got to know Andy very well. Mm-hmm. Very, very smart man.
Yeah.
And a fantastic car. And a fantastic driver. I watched a wee bit of a clip of him there a few nights ago again. It hasn't changed. It still sounds good.
Yeah, you would see stuff coming up on YouTube and on Facebook, whatever, all the time about it. And just an incredible thing to watch. He started out with a Ferrari Dino engine or something, wasn't it?
It started out with a 6R4. That was what he did first of all, in a Peugeot car.
Yep.
And then he put a Dino engine into it as well. The Ferrari engine was the latest, was the last engine that was in it. But I mean, that thing revved to about sort of 12, 13 RP, 1000 RPM. But the whole package worked so well. He won that BTRD championship maybe twice, certainly once.
Uh-huh.
He had a few reliability issues, which all that cottage industry stuff will have, because you're on your own. You're designing, you're hoping it's strong enough. The only way to learn it is take it out and try it.
Yep, true.
And it worked.
Yep, very much so. Well, I've been enjoying sitting talking to you. You can talk away here all night. But next one now, this is a very important question, a very serious question as well, and one you really need to think very closely about, Ken. But you've now sat here in front of you after being nominated by somebody else, Mr. Dugan. I hope, Neil, you're watching this, because it was your suggestion to bring Ken on. So Ken has now come on to be interviewed. So Ken, who would you like to see interviewed next?
There's one fella I think deserves to be on here, because I blame him for everything that I'm now doing. And that is Alan Jardine.
Right. Well, if Alan Jardine's watching, and I suspect he is, Alan, you'll probably find my name on your screen shortly. You'll know what I'm phoning you for, I'm sure. He's probably sitting there, I can picture him sitting here laughing with the glasses, just taking a laugh at this. I'll be in touch. So I'm just going to write that down, actually, so I always keep a list of who I have to phone next. So well, Alan,
I think he's a candidate for that.
Oh, he definitely is a candidate for it. And he'd be sitting there, I can just picture him sitting here laughing at us now. Alan, I'll be in touch. I have a few...
You'll thank me for that.
No doubt. But Ken, it's been fabulous sitting talking to you here tonight. Really enjoy it. And I know from when we do get speaking, we always end up having a great bit of crack and a bit of banter and talking about cars, and it's brilliant. I have another one of these lined up actually for Sunday evening again. It's going to be the usual story. It's going to be 8:30, as it's a time that seems to work. It lets you have your evening and lets people do things, and then we'll have our paddock pit down. I can't speak. Lockdown Pitlane walk again. Then 8:30. This week's going to be another one with 2 guests, and on Sunday night we're going to be interviewing Cheryl McBride and Kathy McDade. Cheryl and Kathy are both into the sprint season, are 2 or 3 years each. Cheryl's returned. And they're 2 of the ladies that are contesting the Ladies' Championship. So we're going to be meeting and having a chat with them on Sunday evening, which should be very interesting. I know both girls are always good crack, plenty of fun to be had there. So looking forward to Sunday night. So girls, we'll see you on Sunday night. Ken, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really enjoyed myself. Hopefully so have you.
Before I go,
I've just been told here, Alan Jardine, Joanne's just brought me a note in, has said he's going on holidays for a month. So Alan, you may let me know when you go. We might have to have an extra early one.
he can't go on holidays, he's on lockdown.
Fair point, I hadn't thought of that, Ken. Fair point.
David, before you go, and this is on behalf of all the competitors that were doing the sprint series, a big thank you to you as a championship coordinator, minder. Everything that you put your mind to is fantastic. You do a fantastic job in keeping us all informed. I love reading the reports at the end of the event. Everybody gets a mention. I don't care where you finished, you're mentioned in it, and I sit and I read that. So on behalf of all our competitors, a big thank you to you for doing all this. And this lockdown series has been a fantastic thing as well, to keep us all in contact with each other. We're having a laugh at a time when there's no laughing done. But you are the man that we respect greatly on the events and afterwards for the results. So well done and keep it going.
Well, thank you very, very much for that. That means a lot, really does. Thank you.
I know by speaking to other competitors, we all share that. And I take that away from my first event I did last year, because in my previous sprints, we didn't have any of this. We didn't have the follow-up. We had an event, we had sponsorship, maybe not, and we had a prize given afterwards, and if there was a sponsor there, he maybe presented the prizes. That was the end of it. If you didn't have a sheet home with you with times, you didn't know who did what. Whereas we have it all now on our screen, and you put it on a few days later, and we look forward to that. So I thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you very much. As I say, I really appreciate your kind words. I really do. It means an awful lot. So thank you very, very much for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll call it a day. So just once more, I just want to thank you on behalf of myself, because I've really enjoyed chatting to you, and everybody else that's been watching. Alan, it's been an absolute pleasure and an absolute hit. Thank you once again so very much for agreeing to be part of this tonight.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you for asking me.
Right, well, I'm just going to, if you just bear with me a wee second, my dad laughs at me the first time. He says, all you can see is the top of your head, you disappear, you look like you're trying to kiss your feet. So bear with me, I'm going to disconnect the Facebook and post it, and then I'll be able just to speak to you again. So just bear with me. I'm sure all you can see is a baldy bit on the top of my head here now. Everything's upside down as I reach over to my phone, so I need to finish.